Hi, my name is Caitlyn McDougall. I'm a supervisory CBP agriculture specialist at JFK International Airport, and I'm a two-time cancer survivor. This is my story. In 2016, I was living my best life. I was on a work detail in Washington, D.C., in a dream assignment, living and working steps from the White House. I was young. I was in amazing shape, like squatting over 200 pounds, could do 10 pull-ups no problem kind of shape. Then I found a lump. I went to my doctor, who sent me for a mammogram, where the reviewing doctor told me there was a 99% probability that I had cancer, and I needed a biopsy. The biopsy confirmed what I already knew the day before my birthday. I had cancer. Worst birthday present ever. I had surgery, and my stage 2 small tumor turned out to be a stage 3 7.5 centimeter tumor with lymph node involvement, which meant chemo and radiation. I moved back to New York in the middle of all of this, kept working out, and pushed through my treatments, ready to just get on with my life and put cancer behind me. I was fortunate to have my daughter in 2019. When she was 9 months old, I noticed a weird skin thickening and a rash in my affected breast. It was itchy and annoying, so I brought it up to my newly assigned breast surgeon, who dismissed it as just a reaction to prior radiation. Thankfully, I was able to see my oncologist that same day, and she said, "I don't like the look of this. Go straight to biopsy from here, like right now." So I was diagnosed with cancer a second time, and I thought, okay, I did all this before, surgery, chemo, radiation, I got this. It was explained that the treatment order would be a little bit different this time around, but I guess I didn't really pay attention to the fact that this was a whole different beast. I had inflammatory breast cancer. I started my chemo in December of 2019, and we all know what happened in 2020. In March, as New York City was shutting down, my cancer treatment was thrown into disarray. I could not get a solid answer on when or even if my surgery could be scheduled. I was fortunate to be able to go stay with my parents in Buffalo and complete my treatment and surgery there. When I received my pathology report from my surgery, I was told there were still cancer cells left, but they did not feel confident that they could do another surgery and be able to close me. I think my response to my surgeon was something like, "So you're just gonna leave cancer cells in me?" No, sorry, that is not an option. It was only at this point that I realized how different this cancer was from my first time. For those of you who are unfamiliar, not all breast cancer presents as a lump. Inflammatory breast cancer is rare, 1 to 4% kind of rare, and it's very aggressive. Cancer cells block lymph vessels in a matter of days or weeks. There is no lump. It very often gets misdiagnosed as mastitis or dermatitis because it occurs more often in women under 40 and those who have just had kids. So I immediately went home after my appointment and jumped on Google. I became my own advocate because my life depended on it. I would not take no for an answer. I found out that there are just 3 hospitals nationwide who specialize in this type of cancer. I sent out about 300 emails, and finally, the director of the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Clinic at MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas, called me on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend and said, "Have you been quarantining, and when can you get here?" I had to leave my baby in the capable hands of her father and his parents and fly to Texas so that we would hopefully have many more years together in the future. I ended up having 3 more surgeries in Texas and spent all of June and July and August there. FYI, it's hot. Because of COVID, I went to every appointment and every surgery alone. Nobody was allowed to set foot in the building with me. I had to learn to navigate it all by myself and speak up for myself. Finally, at the end of August 2020, I got the incredible news that my wonderful, skilled surgeon had finally gotten clean margins and all my cancer cells were gone. I did 6 weeks of radiation 2 times a day, and my oncologist asked if I'd be interested in doing an immunotherapy clinical trial, which would, in theory, reduce the chance of recurrence, which currently sits at an unacceptably high 60%. I of course said yes, and have been traveling back and forth to Texas every 3 weeks for the last 2 years. My final treatment is in 19 days, and hopefully the only reason I go back after that is for checkups. I'm so excited to be given the opportunity to work with the American Cancer Society and the Making Strides Walk. Our fundraising dollars really do help cancer patients. Many services for me were limited due to COVID, but ACS was able to help me out with rides back and forth to Manhattan during my treatment, which made life much, much easier. Also, grants awarded by ACS help to fund research and clinical trials like the one I'm currently participating in. This year, U.S. Customs and Border Protection formed an official partnership with ACS, and I just know our wonderful, giving CBP family will show up in full force to support the Making Strides Walk. I'm also honored to be able to remind everyone how important it is to advocate for yourself. If you think something is wrong, push until you get an answer. Yes, doctors have medical training and are amazing and helpful, but you know your body best. Get a second and a third opinion. Ask for a mammogram, push for a colonoscopy or a CT scan. Your life literally depends on it.